this is where you get a blend from. So if you get 3 different plants sitting here, right? You got like a corojo, a criollo, like a plant. The leaves, depending on where they are on the plant, will dictate how combustible it is, how oily they are, how flavorful they are. So a low leaf is very combustible. It's dry. It's drier, right? A top leaf is very oily, which makes sense if you think about most plant life in general, right? They get a little drier and more dead at the bottom. Okay, so if you smoked all top leaf, it would all be ligero is what they call it. It's very oily, goes out a lot, and there's no good mix. There's no good blend to keep it lit well. And the flavors could be very muted because you're not getting like the leaf from this plant in the middle, the leaf from this plant on the top, the leaf from this middle plant at the bottom. Might make a good blend, might not. And really what they're doing is they take these leaves and they put it together, and they have an understanding of what these things taste like. They put it together, they create a blend, just like that. Right? They're going to put a binder around it. This is really makeshift, obviously. And then it goes into a mold. This sits in a mold for anywhere for a few hours, a day, or whatever. And then they get out the wrapper, and they wrap it up the way you've seen it created. That's where blend comes from. There's a lot of different types of plant life in different locations on the plant that gives you that intended flavor. You can't duplicate that cigar's flavor without getting the right blend. So there really is a recipe. So it's complex. As simple as it is, it's just a bunch of dead leaves, right? But it's still complex, which is kind of cool. This is the fun part. It's really fun putting together a blend. Let's see what else Panama has to offer. I don't show any bands, but I don't want to make these people feel bad when they see this. That's not my goal here. Look at that spotty looking thing. That looks more like Sumatra wrapper. No, it just doesn't look all that pretty to me, does it? It doesn't scream smoke me. Shove it right up into one of your nostrils and close the other nostril. Let's give it a nice big smell. What do you smell? And be instinctual, don't think. Thinking's not your friend. It's actually not.
It's pretty similar to the other one, I think. I mean, it doesn't have a real big punch.
Try this. Right, it's kind of bland.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you smell a little bit of ammonia? Anything a little chemically in that one? Look for that. Ammonia, bleachy ammonia, really. I don't know how to describe ammonia, except for the fact that it's a little chemically. More on the inside when you smell the blend. Right? You get a little bit of that means this cigar is very young. This needs maturing. And the 4th stage of fermentation typically happens after the cigar has been rolled and it sits in the box. So what you're supposed to do is roll your cigars, let them sit on a shelf in the factory for a few months, few years, whatever. At least 6 months typically. There's a better draw now that I opened it up. There's something very youthful, almost chemically in that. You smell that? It's a little bit tough to discern, but when I mention it, it's a little easier to notice. It's a little young. It needs time. And the thinness of this wrapper, that Sumatra kind of paper-thin wrapper, is just annoys me. Like, I don't want to sell this cigar. See how wrapper is usually cut? You take a leaf and you cut it into various strips like that. Yeah, this is doing nothing for me. So if you want to sell a cigar here at this store, this is what you will go through. And this is really annoying for a lot of people. Because I'll show them their short filler right to their face.
Does everybody do that? Or is that, I mean, is that standard?
This is my shtick. It's my shtick. Everyone has their own shtick. This thing is drier than a popcorn fart. Does it smell appealing?
Yeah.
It smells like... There's just not a lot of flavor there, and it's like yucky. That's my professional term. Yucky. Now, when you open up a box of cigars, and it smells sweet and chocolatey and beautiful, and it's pungent in an attractive way.